Hello, friends. CBS Sports analyst mocks Alabama quarterback as a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This guy could regret it yet. There's still time. Let's analyze the news. Speaking of Ty Simpson, the quarterback who has divided opinions among NFL experts. Despite his impressive performance on the college football field, Simpson was the target of unexpected criticism from CBS Sports analyst Ryan Wilson, who rated him an unlikely first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. But is Wilson right? Or could he be underestimating the potential of a player who still has a lot to show? First of all, we must recognize the work Ty Simpson has done. Looking at the first 5 games of the current season, the young quarterback demonstrated remarkable accuracy, completing 70.3% of his passes, while also accumulating 1,478 yards and throwing for 13 touchdowns. These numbers aren't just statistics. They reflect the technical skill, game vision, and leadership skills Simpson has developed throughout his time in Kalen DeBoer's program. Under the tutelage of DeBoer, who has been a brilliant architect of Alabama's offense, Simpson has shown he can be more than just a good college football player. He can be a leader capable of leading his team to major victories. But what stands out about Simpson goes beyond statistics. He possesses a winning mentality that few can express with such clarity. When asked by reporters about his personal ambitions and draft projections, Simpson was blunt. "To be honest, I'm really trying to win," he said without hesitation. "As much as I want to forget the first game, as if it were over, it's never forgotten. We talk about it all the time, as if we have a grudge, as if it's all external to me. I just want to go 1-0 and win. Whatever it takes to win and make my players celebrate in the locker room for those 3 or 5 minutes is all that matters to me." This statement reveals something essential about Simpson. He's not concerned with the distant future, with speculation or rankings. His focus is on the now, on the next game, on the next play. This kind of mindset is exactly what builds champions. It's understandable that analysts like Ryan Wilson have their doubts. After all, projecting a player for the NFL is a complex task, involving evaluating not only current performance, but also their potential to adapt to the professional level. In Simpson's case, Wilson placed him as the 3rd quarterback in his mock draft, predicting he would be selected only 24th overall by the Los Angeles Rams. This may seem like a modest position for someone who is considered one of the biggest names in college football right now. However, it's important to remember that predictions like this are just that, predictions. Recent NFL history is replete with examples of players who were underrated before the draft, only to become undisputed stars at the professional level. What makes Ty Simpson so compelling is the combination of his natural talent and his tireless dedication. He's not just a quarterback with a strong arm and accuracy. He's a strategist on the field, someone who can read opposing defenses and make quick decisions under pressure. Furthermore, his ability to block out outside noise, as he himself put it, is a rare quality in players so young. In a world where social media and expert opinions can easily distract an athlete, Simpson has shown impressive maturity by keeping his eyes fixed on the main goal, winning for Alabama. Meanwhile, Coach Kalen DeBoer continues to mold Simpson into a complete player. DeBoer has been instrumental in this process, helping Simpson hone his skills and better understand the tactical aspects of the game. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done before Simpson reaches the next level. The transition to the NFL is always challenging, especially for quarterbacks who face more complex and physical defenses than those encountered in college football. He's been working hard. The history between Nick Saban and Mac Jones has always been marked by a blend of discipline and humor, 2 hallmarks of Alabama culture. Even years after Jones left Tuscaloosa, the legendary Crimson Tide coach still finds a way to bring up one of the most peculiar stories of his time with the quarterback, the nickname John McEnroe. And, as expected, Mac responded in kind, with the same charisma and lightheartedness that have always characterized him. During the 49ers' narrow victory over the Rams on Thursday Night Football the other day, Jones showed a side that Saban helped shape: resilience. Even as a reserve and dealing with pain, he remained composed in a tense game, avoiding mistakes and even dodging an opposing defender on a play that brought the San Francisco bench to their feet. It was a brief performance, but full of personality, the same one that took him from a brash kid in Alabama to a seasoned professional in the NFL. But it was Saban's memory that stole the show. In an interview with the Pat McAfee Show, the coach recounted that, during his time at Alabama, he used to call Mac John McEnroe, a reference to the legendary tennis player famous for both his talent and his outbursts. He played tennis in high school, Saban explained. When Mac missed a pass, he'd kick, complain, and curse. I'd say, "John, are you going to throw the racket now?" I had to remind him that, as a quarterback, he couldn't let his emotions get the better of him. It affects the whole team. It's the kind of reflection that reveals Saban's essence: firm, direct, and at the same time, deeply human. He's always seen emotional control as a pillar of success, and that lesson seems to have stuck with Jones. When he heard the story, the former Tide quarterback didn't let it go unnoticed. "I thought we were past that," he joked. He brings it up every year. "The next time I see him, I'm going to tear him down just like he did to me." Behind the joke, there was also sincere recognition. Jones made a point of admitting that the nickname, provocative as it was, helped shape his mental development. "I really had to work on it," he said. "It helped me a lot. I hope the next time he brings it up, he talks about the progress I've made, how I learned to handle it better, how I sought help within the team, talking to people about how to improve my mental game." These words sound like an open letter of gratitude, even if masked as a joke. Jones now understands what Saban always tried to teach: the quarterback needs to be the pillar of calm amidst chaos. At Alabama, this philosophy is almost a religion. It's what separates the good from the great, and what has made Saban's program a beacon of consistency and excellence for over a decade. Ultimately, the episode is a fond reminder of how Saban shaped not just players, but men. The nickname John McEnroe wasn't an insult, but a reminder. It was a characteristic way for Saban to communicate, with irony and rigor, what he expected of his players. And the fact that Mac Jones laughs about it today shows how much he's evolved as an athlete and as a person. The connection between the two remains, even from a distance. Saban, now retired from college, remains a role model for those who played for Alabama. And Jones, in the midst of a rebuilding journey in the NFL, still carries the DNA of the program that transformed him. A DNA of hard work, humility, and of course, stories that continue to bring good laughs, even years later. Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer has been attracting attention not only for his ability to lead the Crimson Tide on the field, but also for his impressive salary, which places him among the highest paid figures in college football. According to the updated USA Today sports database, DeBoer ranks 7th in the rankings of the highest paid coaches in this sport, cementing his status as one of the most valuable names in the sport. With a total salary of $10,250,000 for 2025 and the potential for a maximum bonus of $1,175,000, he is firmly established among the biggest names in the SEC and nationally. Did you know that? Within the SEC, one of the most competitive conferences in college football, DeBoer trails only Georgia's Kirby Smart and Texas' Steve Sarkisian in terms of compensation. This position reflects both the prestige of the Alabama program and the trust placed in DeBoer to keep the Crimson Tide at the top of the sport. Nationally, the 6 coaches who surpassed DeBoer in salary are established names: Kirby Smart, Ryan Day, Ohio State; Lincoln Riley, USC; Dabo Swinney, Clemson; Sarkisian, and Dan Lanning, Oregon. This list includes some of the greatest strategists in college football, which makes DeBoer's presence even more notable, especially considering he is only in his second season at the helm of Alabama. Besides his hefty salary, another notable aspect is DeBoer's buyout amount, which reaches an impressive $60,843,750 if he leaves Alabama before December 1st, 2025. This figure directly reflects the strategic importance the coach represents to the program. Only Kirby Smart of Georgia and Ryan Day of Ohio State have higher buyouts nationally. These numbers demonstrate how critical it is to secure the retention of high-caliber coaches at elite programs, where competition is fierce and expectations are always high. Since taking over at Alabama, DeBoer has proven that the investment made in him is paying off. In his first 18 games on the job, he led the Crimson Tide to a combined 13-5 record, including a solid 7-3 performance in the SEC. This season, the team boasts a 4-1 overall record and is undefeated in the conference at 2-0. These numbers highlight DeBoer's ability to quickly adapt his style of play to Alabama's winning DNA, something few coaches can do without facing initial turbulence. DeBoer's impact goes beyond on-field results. He brought new energy to Alabama's offense, modernizing the offensive system and allowing players like Ty Simpson to shine. Under his leadership, the Crimson Tide has remained competitive in an era where college football supremacy is increasingly fragmented. This is crucial for a program that has historically been synonymous with excellence. Of course, DeBoer's salary and buyout also reflect the pressures that come with the position. Coaching Alabama means being constantly in the spotlight, with fans and pundits expecting nothing less than national titles and dominant performances. However, so far, DeBoer has handled these expectations well. His focus on building a balanced team capable of competing on both offense and defense shows that he understands what it takes to succeed in the long term. Kalen DeBoer's ranking as the 7th highest paid coach in college football is not only a reflection of his financial value, but also of his strategic importance to Alabama's future. He is among a select group of coaches who are shaping the sport nationally, and his trajectory with the Crimson Tide promises to be closely watched in the coming years. Share your opinion now. It matters.